Hello everyone, I am Nithisha. Hope you all are doing great. Today I am here with an interesting presentation which I am going to share with you all. So, the topic of our presentation is the moon. So, let's get started. So, first let's start our presentation with some facts about the moon. So, number 1. The moon is Earth's only natural satellite and the 5th largest moon in the solar system. The moon's presence helps stabilize a planet, wobble and moderate a climate. The moon's distance from Earth is about 384,000 kilometers. The moon has a very thin atmosphere called an exosphere. The moon is much smaller than the sun, but it looks big because it is closer to the Earth. The moon does not produce any light on its own, but we think the moon has its own light. So let's see, how does the moon get the light? The light we see coming from the moon is actually the light reflected from the sun, which is similar to the mechanism of a mirror. So, the moon does not produce any light on its own. Okay, now surface of the moon. You all might be thinking the surface of the moon is really soft, fluffy, but no. The surface of the moon is really rough and uneven. The moon is a ball made up of dust and rock. It is covered with big hollows called lunar craters, which are formed when meteorites hit the surface of the moon. So, the arrow which you are seeing are called lunar craters, and this is the picture of meteorites. Now, is there any life on moon? No. There is no life on moon as there is no air and water. We humans cannot live without air and water. The humans need air and water to live. The moon has a very thin atmosphere called an exosphere. As there is no atmosphere, there is no protection against the strong rays of the sun. Hence, there is no life on moon as there is no air and water. Man on moon. So now let's check who went to the moon first and who was the first person to step on the moon. So on July 20, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first human to step on the moon. He and Aldrin walked around for 3 hours. They did experiments. They picked up bits of dirt and rocks. So, phases of the moon. We all think that moon have different shapes, it can change, but no, it doesn't have its shapes. We can see the moon in the sky because it reflects the light of the sun, as we saw in the second slide when we were reading about the facts. The moon seems to change its shapes. This is because as it orbits the Earth, different parts of the side facing us are lit up by the sun's light. So now, artificial satellites. The moon is the Earth's only natural satellite. So, there is only one natural satellite for the Earth, the moon. An artificial satellite is a man-made body placed in orbit around the Earth or around another planet in order to collect information about it or for communication purposes. The International Space Station is an example of an artificial satellite. So it is like you can get information and it's used for communication purposes. Aryabhatta was India's first satellite. So this is a picture of the satellite. Solar eclipse. So an eclipse of the sun happens when new moon moves between the sun and earth. blocking out the sun's rays and casting a shadow on parts of Earth. So this solar eclipse happens when the moon comes correctly in between the sun and the earth, and this happens on a new moon day. And this is the picture of a solar eclipse. So let's see now lunar eclipse. During a lunar eclipse, Earth gets in the way of the sun's light hitting the moon. That means that during the night, a full moon fades away as Earth's shadow covers it up. The moon can also look reddish because Earth's atmosphere absorbs the other colors while it bends some sunlight toward the moon. Now this is the opposite of solar eclipse. It happens. So now let's see how lunar eclipse happens. So lunar eclipse happens when the earth comes in between the moon and the sun. So it can look reddish also when there is a lunar eclipse. So this is the picture of a lunar eclipse. Thank you by Nithisha. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation and found it informative. So thank you for watching. Bye.